Hey folks, welcome to TK Power Sports and an exciting news update because today we're taking a look at this, the brand new 2024 Can-Am Maverick R. With its 240 horsepower turbocharged engine, Can-Am says that this is the most powerful side-by-side ever. And in this video, we're going to go through all the details, the engine, the suspension, the interior, and then we'll also talk about some other changes that are coming to the 2024 Can-Am off-road lineup, so make sure you stay tuned. Let's start by looking at the new heart of the beast. That is a 999cc inline 3-cylinder turbocharged 4-stroke fuel-injected engine that makes 240 horsepower. To get to that number, there are dual fuel injectors on each cylinder and an electronically controlled wastegate on the turbocharger. Maybe more interesting though than the engine is the transmission. In this new Maverick R, you're gonna find a 7-speed dual clutch automatic. Now that means you can run it in fully auto, but there's also a set of paddle shifters here for you to shift yourself. But this is a big step away from a belt-driven CVT into a proper gear-on-gear automatic, in this case, dual clutch transmission. To get the most out of that power plant, there are 3 different drive modes on the Maverick R. You can have normal, sport, or sport plus. There's one interesting system that's sort of integrated into those drive modes. Can-Am calls it ART, or Advanced Response Technology, and I'm just gonna read from the press release exactly how Can-Am explains it. So ART creates preload to the turbo by cutting one cylinder, delaying the ignition curve and maximizing throttle body positioning for maximum airflow. Once wide open throttle is applied, the 3rd cylinder returns to firing and max performance is achieved. Essentially another interesting way to dial out any turbo lag. Next, let's talk about the size, because this unit has grown to make sure it can accept all that power and put it to the ground safely. So on the base Maverick R model, you get an overall length here of 138.7 inches, a width of 78.1 inches, and a height at 67.7 inches, while the wheelbase comes in at 108 inches. So yeah, 108-inch wheelbase, 78 inches wide. This is a big, long, large unit. Now let's talk suspension, and it's hard to miss, especially in the front end with that tall knuckle suspension. And let me first hit you with the numbers. So in the front, you're gonna have 25 inches of suspension travel. In the rear, 26 inches of travel, and overall ground clearance at 17 inches. Those are ridiculous numbers, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger, but so does the power. So as power goes up, it's nice to see all these numbers are also keeping up to accept and put that power to use. Now for shocks, base models will use Fox 2.5-inch podium piggyback shocks with the quick switch 3 compression adjustment. Then you can also get models that use Fox 3-inch podium shock bodies, and then the top end models will use Fox Smart shocks with live valve technology, which are basically able to change their damping on the fly to meet whatever demands are thrown at them. So there are different shocks along the way, and there are 4 different models of this new Maverick R that are going to be available, and we'll go through the details on those soon. Underneath the Maverick R is a set of 32-inch Tenacity XNR ITP tires, and those are mounted on 16-inch beadlock wheels. They also use an industry-first 6-lug bolt pattern, much like you'll see on a pickup truck these days. Looking inside, the focal point of the interior is definitely that 10.25-inch touchscreen right there in the center. Can-Am, like most brands in off-road these days, they're going for sort of an automotive finish or automotive style interior, and it does look quite nice. Now quickly, I'll run through the lineup and we'll talk about pricing. So for the 2024 Maverick R, the base model, it's gonna start at $35,499 US, and that's gonna get, like I mentioned, the Fox 2.5-inch shock bodies, just a set of 30-inch tires on that model, and 15-inch wheels, so the wheel and tire package is also slightly smaller. Then you can step up to the Maverick RX pricing there goes up to $38,399, and you're gonna get a 4-point harness, you're gonna get the 10.25-inch touchscreen, and you're gonna get the telescopic steering wheel with the infotainment controls on it. Step up again to Maverick XRS, starting price there of $42,599, and you're gonna get the 16-inch wheels, the 32-inch tires that I mentioned, a front and rear camera system that feeds into that touchscreen, and the Fox 3-inch shock bodies on those podium piggyback shocks. Finally, top of the line model is the Maverick R XRS with smart shocks. Pricing here jumps up to $44,299, and at the top model, the main difference is that suspension. You're now getting the Fox 3.0 podium piggyback with bypass and smart shocks. So yes, at the top end, it's getting pretty expensive, but you're getting all kinds of unbelievable off-road technology. Well, the Maverick R looks pretty unbelievable, most powerful side-by-side ever. It's so wide and big, and with that 7-speed DCT, this is gonna be a different driving experience, I think, than what the Maverick X3 has been in the past. And great news, everybody, I'm gonna go drive this brand new Maverick really soon, so stay tuned to the channel and I'll be able to bring you a full report. So please go in the comments, let me know what you think of the Maverick R, and quickly, let's cover some of the other news that also came from Can-Am on the 2024 model lineup. Let's start with this, and the name is a mouthful, the Maverick X3 Max X RC Turbo RR. Can-Am says that it's the industry's first purpose-built 4-seat rock crawling side-by-side. This model gets a 200 horsepower, 900cc turbocharged engine. You're getting 22 inches of suspension travel at both ends and Fox Podium 2.5-inch shocks, along with 32-inch Maxxis Liberty tires on 15-inch beadlock wheels. To help with the rock crawling, you're also getting front bumpers, a full underbody protection kit, and a 4,500-pound winch. Moving on, Can-Am has also brought us this for 2024, the Maverick X3 RS Turbo. This is now the most affordable 72-inch side-by-side in the industry. You're getting a 135 horsepower Rotax 900cc turbocharged engine and 20 inches of suspension travel in the front and 22 in the rear. Underneath this model are 30-inch Maxxis Carnivore tires. You're getting the Smart Lock differential, you're getting the DPS system, a rear tow hook, and a 4.5-inch digital display inside. So once again, Can-Am is trying to offer a smaller power option and offer a more affordable option in this massive 72-inch wide performance side-by-side space. On the Commander side of things for 2024, we now have the Commander Max DPS 700 and the Commander Max XT 700. These are mid-horsepower, 4-seat side-by-sides with a full dumping box. Both of these models come with a 52 horsepower Rotax 650cc naturally aspirated engine. They are both equipped with 12.5 inches of travel up front and 13 in the rear. And these are the wrecked Ute models that are meant for still going out and doing work, but then also having some fun on the weekends. So they've taken that new 650cc engine that they brought out in the Outlander ATV, and now they've put it over here in the Commander to offer, as they say, that mid-horsepower model. Another addition to the Commander lineup is the Max XMR 1000R. So this gets the bigger engine. It's a 100 horsepower, 976cc naturally aspirated engine. But the XMR name, well, that means you're ready for the mud. So you get things like 14 inches of suspension travel, high clearance A-arms, 30-inch XPS Swamp Force tires mounted on 14-inch cast aluminum wheels, an intake snorkel kit, a high-position 4,500-pound winch, and fender flares to keep the mud out. So yes, Can-Am is expanding that XMR lineup, and it's now come here to the Commander, and that's always fun. Last update quickly comes to the Defender, and yes, they've also taken that 650cc engine from the Outlander, put it in the Defender, and they're calling it the HD7. This is a 52 horsepower Defender to offer that mid horsepower level and make it more affordable for consumers. If you do go for this XT HD7, you're getting things like a bolstered bench seat, full skid plates, 4,500 pound winch, the XT front bumper, and a full hard roof. Well, folks, we are coming to the end of this one, and of course, I need to hear your thoughts on that new Maverick R, 240 horsepower, 7-speed DCT. This thing sounds amazing. 25 inches of suspension travel, should be unbelievable. And of course, the price tag is pretty unbelievable as well. But that's where the side-by-side industry is going, to these extreme performance lengths. And of course, that means we're gonna have to pay for it. So like I said, I need to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's worth all that money? What do you think about the performance? What do you think about 240 horsepower in a side-by-side? Please let me know down there in the comments. And please let me know anything else you think about all the updates to the 2024 Can-Am side-by-side lineup. So that's it for this one. Leave me that comment while you're down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to TK Power Sports, because very soon we'll have a full ride review on this new Maverick R, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited for that. See ya, folks.